You want a slow burn relationship, but there's a slow burn relationship you do want, and then there's a slow burn type of relationship you do not want. Let me clarify. The slow burn type of relationship you do not want is the one that's commonly seen between someone that has an anxious attachment style and someone that has an avoidant attachment style. This is the type of slow burn relationship you do not want, and I'll explain why. In this dynamic, the relationship struggles and takes way longer to progress because of the different attachment styles and how they operate between each individual, right? Anxious and avoidant attachment styles, they are like the perfect blend of polarity for the unhealthy conditioning both of those attachment styles has. Because in that type of a dynamic, the anxious person is really seeking this relationship out for, validation and attention. Whereas the avoidant in this situation is just seeking a stable connection and attachment overall, right? Loyalty, just knowing that they have someone there, even though they like to stay at a distance, they want to know that they have someone to be bonded to. And the reason this is the slow burn type of relationship you don't want is because this dynamic is always a push and pull, and you never really make the progress you want to make. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards, right? To where it's a slow roll, to where the more the anxious person leans in and wants more of that affection, that reassurance, and keeps trying to seek that love out and clamoring for it and building with that avoidant person, and they start getting closer and it gets to working into something. It starts to become something really beautiful. And then the avoidant person does what their attachment system is designed to do, make them push away because they feel like they're losing their autonomy by getting too invested and intertwined with the anxious person. And now we take those 2 steps forward and that 1 step back, and it slows down again. And it goes into this really unhealthy, illusion of love situation where the anxious person's feeling like they're madly in love, but it's really infatuation. And they're more intoxicated by the lust of trying to fight for that love and the dopamine hit they get and the feeling of oxytocin whenever that avoidant person is giving them that affection. But then when they pull it away and push back, then now they're clamoring for it again. And the avoidant person is trying to reset their sense of autonomy. And the relationship progresses very slowly in a non-productive, toxic way. Now, the slow burn type of relationship you do want is one where you take your time and you're not trying to rush things like in an anxious and an avoidant dynamic, right? In a more secure one, you're giving it time to slowly learn and bond emotionally first, to where you build a gradual connection of intimacy over time that has a more solid and stable foundation, where you learn to appreciate each other's values, personalities, and quirks. Taking your time also allows you the opportunity to build on a better trust foundation. So after you start to build more of that intimacy and those things along the way, you're also building reassurance and clarity that you have a partner that's invested in the situation the way you are. And you're getting to see the actions over time and slowly let it work into your subconscious to where you can see all the little things that support the big over-anchoring idea that this relationship is building solid and trustworthy. And through that genuine building of trust and loyalty, you start to gain a sense of mutual respect for the relationship overall and for each other. Once you have that, it's a great place to be in, because now you have genuine admiration and consideration for the things that matters to each other. Another great benefit to building your relationship in a slow burn type of way, taking it step by step and not rushing things, is you get to build genuine patience and deliberation for that relationship and how you navigate it, which means you're taking your time to make sure you guys are actually compatible to make it for the long haul, and that your feelings are genuine and not just infatuation and you guys just, being wooed by each other for the first few months in that honeymoon phase type of space. Another key thing that gets to develop whenever you build this relationship in a slow burn type of healthy way and taking your time is genuine depth over immediate intensity, which means instead of being heavily driven by physical attraction and intense emotions up front, your relationship is being built on building a deeper emotional bond over time, to where when you start to build that connection, it's a more meaningful connection instead of a fleeting one. And ultimately, you'll benefit most by building a stronger emotional bond, having a less pressured development of a relationship so you don't feel rushed, to where both of you guys feel comfortable about the next steps you're going to be taking, and greater stability for a foundation that doesn't have cracks all in it, to where you guys can actually stand and last the test of time. So big takeaway: don't let yourself wind up in a slow burn relationship building type of circumstance where you're trying to rush things and therefore there's key details being missed that keeps you guys from moving forward as fast as you could go, and slow things down and take the slow burn type of approach to where you're looking to learn over time and be patient so things can develop in a healthy way that doesn't fail later. If you need help approaching your relationship building in a healthy slow burn type of way, DM me coaching and we will get to work. Let's get it.